welcome. Thank you for tuning in. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the most common mistakes that new online boutique owners make. The first one is choosing the correct niche. So you want to choose a niche or a niche, depending on where you're from, that is not overly competitive. There are a few niches out there that are really competitive and lots of people want to go into them. And that would be print on demand, baby clothes, wedding favours, anything like that is really competitive. And what tends to happen with competitive niches means that it becomes very difficult for you to stand out in the crowd and also to get your online boutique to rank in Google and in search for some competitive keywords. With a competitive niche, you also start looking at eroding your selling prices to try and make yourself more competitive, which is only ultimately hurting you and the industry that you're in, because it then becomes a race to the bottom and nobody makes any money. And what's the point of doing this if you're not going to try and at least make some money? You also want to think about not going for too narrow a niche. For instance, going for, I don't know, something like men's sport socks for large feet. You know, that could be a somewhat narrow niche. And with that, you tend to get so few people wanting that product or service that you end up not selling any of them at all, or selling very few, so it's not a great business to go into. Choosing a niche, you want to find something that maybe isn't that readily available in stores and shops, that people still want to buy, but don't really have access that much to them in the stores. Because if you can find that, then you know, if you can find that and you know that people are buying it online, you can then go off and sell this item. What I'd also say is, once you found an item, is there something that you could improve upon? Is there something you could add to the item that you're selling to make it even better, that your competitors are not doing, to make it really stand out? And finally, I would recommend that you use Google Trends to see how many people are actually searching for this product and searching for this item. You can also use keyword research as well as a tool to find out if this product is in fact being searched for by consumers. Again, if you want me to go into more detail about search engine optimization, how it works, how it can help your business, how to do the basics, let me know in the comments below and I am happy to film a video about it. Mistake number 2, finding vendors. Now, if you go into Google and type in wholesale, whatever you're looking for, if you're going down the wholesale route, you want to be very careful that you're not just coming up against scam websites. What I recommend and what I suggest when it comes to finding wholesale vendors is look at the industry that you want to be in. Now, 10 times out of 10, there will have been a trade show with vendors that are selling the products that you want to sell or that you're interested in. And I would go to the trade shows or the old trade shows, because you don't even have to go to the trade shows. You can have a look at the past exhibitors for a certain trade show that's already gone. Once you've looked at that, you can then get the exhibitors' names and do your research from there, and then contact those exhibitors or vendors. And what you'll tend to find is that the big trade shows do not want to be associated with scammers, with people that are just out to take your money and not provide a product. A lot of people have gone to the expense to get a booth, because these booths are not cheap, are legitimate. And by being able to find out their names, you can actually have a look at their locations. You can use Google Maps to actually see their headquarters, and you can speak to them and see if there's anything negative about them. If you're wanting to manufacture a product, your best bet is Alibaba, because that's where you'll find a lot of manufacturers. Again, there is a process involved in finding reputable manufacturers on Alibaba, and again, I can do a video about that if you are interested, and I can walk you through the whole process, because I have actually had products wholesaled, and I have going through China, and I've worked out the freight, and I've done everything that you need to do when it comes to manufacturing products, and actually going in with a cold introduction. And it's not as terrifying or frightening as it sounds. You just have to follow a process. Mistake number 3 is not having a marketing plan. So you've gone through, you've chosen your products, you've got the products sat on the floor, but how are you going to bring customers to your website? How are you bringing customers to your door? What are you doing to get them there? Are you thinking of using Google AdWords, Google Shopping? Are you using Facebook ads? Are you using Instagram ads? How are you driving people to your store? And this is oftentimes overlooked by a lot of new business owners. They don't even think about how they're going to proceed and actually sell the products, because you got so excited about actually starting but not thought about your marketing. And your marketing is really important, if not the most important thing. From thinking about your marketing plan, it leads me into your social media plan. Now, lots of business owners gloss over social media because they don't understand it, they don't have time for it, they just don't want to get involved in it because, well, it's just scrolling through pictures or scrolling through posts. But what you really need to think about when it comes to social media is that currently 3.6 billion humans are on social media. They're predicting by 2025 that 4.45 billion humans will be on social media by that point. So that is a massive marketplace for you to market your products. And social media includes Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest. These are all places that you should be getting your business out there to build your brand. I suggest you start your social media as soon as you possibly can. You want to be opening up business pages for the business that you're building. If you have a name and you have an idea, start it, And I've got some statistics that I was looking at. You want to start it and you want to get in front of social media because it is such an important channel now for marketing your business. You can actually have feeds, shoppable feeds on the likes of Facebook, on the likes of Instagram. You can have adverts running on Facebook and on Instagram. And I'm sure if you have ever used social media, you've seen these adverts. And if you ask yourself, have you actually ever clicked on one of these adverts? And if you haven't, you'll be in the minority. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Until next time, thank you for watching and goodbye.